Okinawa, otherwise known as the Hawaii of Japan. Join me as I explore the top must-eat Okinawa food. Are you ready? Wow, oh my goodness. Would you look at that? Just brilliant, isn't it? Such a huge bowl of kaisendon. Oh, wow. It's so huge that I don't even know how to start this particular kaisendon. Just brilliant, just brilliant. There are about 600 over stores over there at the Naha Kokusai Dori shopping street, ranging from departmental stores to restaurants, souvenir shops, and services for you to get whatever you want. Ooh, the pork tonkatsu is just delicious. It's a very special tonkatsu because you cannot buy this pork tonkatsu anywhere else in Japan. This meat came from a very particular breed of pigs here in Okinawa that can only be found in Okinawa. Something to look forward to as a tourist. There's just so many different things to do. There is something for everyone. And where we're heading to right now is a perfect example of it. Okinawa's most impressive natural monument. Look at what we have over here. Ooh, just awesome. Taco rice. Brilliant, isn't it? Oh, the smell of taco really just engulfed my nose. What we have over here. Taco rice right in front of you right now. Let me try and taste. Oh, pretty interesting. If you think that it's just simply taco and rice and that's what you get, no, it's actually a lot more. Now, there is a running misconception that Okinawa is only about the wonderful beaches and your water activities. But what I've shown thus far suggests otherwise. And more importantly, Okinawa still has way more to offer. If you like to experience and understand the rich Okinawa history, then there is no better place to visit than this, a World Heritage Site, the Shujiro Castle Park. Over here, you get to experience the royal palace grounds of the Ryukyu Kingdom. From the vast palace grounds and the very beautiful and immaculate architectures, one can most certainly understand the immense and rich history of Okinawa. For history nerds out there, especially those who are really interested in Japanese culture and history, I suggest reading up the Ryukyu Kingdom. You'll be fascinated by it. I was most certainly taken aback by the skyline view of Naha City when I ascended to the main palace grounds. And probably the most significant architecture in the palace grounds would be the Shuri Castle. What used to be the residence for the monarchy of Okinawa is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We would like to have taken an in-depth look at Shuri Castle. However, reconstruction efforts were underway, till possibly autumn of 2026. Hence, we shall save it till then. Looking back though, I would say it's still worth a visit, because you get to witness the ongoing reconstruction efforts. And even from the outside, I could already sense the beauty and wonder of Shuri Castle. Its beauty is sure taken note by the world as well, as Shuri Castle has already appeared in a couple of games, from the Call of Duty series all the way to Pokemon. Even historian George H. Kerr has this to opine and describe about Shuri Castle as one of the most magnificent castle sites to be found anywhere in the world, for it commands the countryside below for miles around and looks toward distant sea horizons on every side. And I can most definitely agree with that, as near the castle itself, there is an observatory spot where you can witness the vast lands of Okinawa and the horizon in all directions. What a sight to behold! Next up, we can visit the beautiful neighbouring islands that are part of Okinawa. The first of which is Kuri Island. To get to the island, get ready to embark on probably the most beautiful car ride of your life, as you will be travelling on the Kuri Bridge. It is said that the view you get while driving atop this bridge is so beautiful that it actually makes you feel like driving and hovering over the sea. And given that Okinawa is famous for its beautiful clear blue seas, you would definitely not want to miss this. Just look at that view! You are also able to walk across the bridge to get to Kori Island. Though, with the blistering heat, especially in the summer, you might want to reconsider that choice, as the bridge is 1,960 meters long. Once on Kori Island, besides the usual water activities such as snorkeling and looking at coral reefs, you're able to witness some of the most iconic sceneries in Japan. Did you know that Kori Island is known as the Island of Love? There are many reasons why, but I'm not exaggerating. In fact, let me show you instead. In Okinawa, there is a strong belief that natural objects and landforms have sacred meanings, and that they are worshipped. And this gives us a clue why Kori Island is known as the Island of Love. Because over here at Kori Island, it is home to the most lovely natural rock formation in Japan, the Hard Rock. I will say, yeah, it does indeed look like a heart shape. 10 out of 10. The Hard Rock is actually also a symbol representing the Okinawa version of Adam and Eve, which is a legend about love. Hence, the Hard Rock is thought to convey a message of love and hope to all visitors of the island. And I guess it is a pretty powerful message. As you can see, there are actually many couples over here, not just visitors, all eagerly taking a picture with the Hard Rock and having fun. Now, before we get too lovey-dovey, what about a change in scenery? And one that allows you to not just have a microscopic view of a person's heart, but a bird's eye view of the beautiful horizon. Yep, welcome to Ocean Tower. This 82 meters above sea level observatory offers an unparalleled view of the Kori Bridge leading into Kori Island. For a price of 1,000 yen, an adult ticket, you get to witness a breathtaking view of the tropical weather in perfect unison with Mother Nature and human development. Seriously, it is too beautiful and unforgettable. However, if you're going to be a cheapskate like me, by walking to a rest point that is directly opposite Ocean Tower, you actually could get a similar view absolutely free.
Genius.
Alright there, I'm just kidding about being cheapskate, but definitely a cheat code, especially if you want to save that 1,000 yen for something else. At this moment in time, you're probably wondering, since we talk about the Kori Bridge so much, especially its view and all that jazz, where does the bridge actually connects to? This is where my second offshore island recommendation comes in. The Yagaji Island. Over here, you get to enjoy more of Mother Nature at its finest. But this time, you get to also fill your stomach with some delicious and out of this world Okinawa food as well. In fact, for our last Okinawa all-star food recommendation, we'll be coming back to Yagaji Island for that. And get ready to be mind blown. The last island that could be worth your consideration is actually something you could go immediately upon arriving at Okinawa, the Sanaga Island. It is around 15 minutes by car from Naha Airport, and on this island, do visit the Umikaji Terrace. Developed in 2015, the Umikaji Terrace is an island resort that is aimed to provide you with the best of everything, from shopping to eating, all the way to having fun, such as experiencing an ice bar and even having the best oceanic views of Okinawa to chill and relax at. And lastly, being so near the airport, the Umikaji Terrace on Sanaga Island is one fabulous place you definitely have to consider ending your Okinawa trip at.
So far, the food we have eaten are all very delicious. The taco rice probably was the most interesting one. That really came out of the blue, I guess. Now, the next two food that we'll be eating, I consider them pretty fun. Both of them have a pretty interesting backstory to them. Piggyback on where we left off at Umikaji Terrace, we have arrived. The first of which we have is this, the macro burger. Looking at this earlier, I think the thing that actually struck me the most was the size of the burger. How tall the entire burger was. I actually asked, are we going to eat this with a fork and knife? Because it's almost impossible to just grab with your hands and just eat it in one mouth, you know. So yeah, the thing that really, have a big impression was actually how tall the burger was. It's actually 2 layers. One layer is the macro. The second layer is actually your greens, your vegetables. And the greens, they're actually doused with this Japanese citrus fruit called the shikwasa, right? So that actually provides a lot of sourness, and what the burger actually relies on is the sweetness from the macro to actually offset that particular sourness. And they actually did, which I was pretty impressed, because I actually never had macro burgers before. This is my first time. I was quite impressed in which, how sweet the macro could get, and it actually complemented the vinegared vegetables really well in the burger.
And interestingly enough, this particular place that serves this macro burger, its birthplace was actually in Tokyo. And I guess there are probably some of you who visited Tokyo prior to 2020 might have chanced upon this particular place called MK Cafe. After the unfortunate global crisis, the owner and their group decided to reopen, and this time in Okinawa, since the owner's mother is from Okinawa. As I read in an interview, the concept of MK Cafe here at Umikaji Terrace is Japanese and tropical. It is designed in such a way so people who visit the cafe can enjoy Japan and Okinawa together at the same time. And the legacy of the macro burger continues to this day.
Now, the sata anagi is actually a very close resemblance to donuts. Just that in this particular variation by MK Cafe, their Okinawa donuts, they actually use Okinawa tofu to create that particular dough. That tofu they use is called the shima tofu. For me, the Okinawa donuts, it's actually pretty good. I mean, looking at this over here, yeah, I remembered. Oh, especially the cheese Okinawa donut. You see the cheese pool? How long it got without the cheese actually breaking? And all 4 of them bear one or a few similar characteristics. The dough on the outside, extremely mochi, extremely fluffy, extremely chewy, and coated on the outside, it's pretty crispy. So you got a crispy texture on the outside, and once you get in, oh, what a pleasant mochi-like thing that you're eating. And it's not too chewy because after all, you have tofu. It gives it a level of softness to it. And one thing that really impressed me the most was how well, MK Cafe thought about this with the different fillings. All the 4 of them taste really different to each other. I mean, I don't have to talk about the chocolate, that's obvious in terms of the difference in taste. But the other 2, the one with the brown sugar and also the sweet potato, those 2, I mean, on the outside it looks pretty bland. For the brown sugar, you have brown sugar coating on the outside, and once you get in, they're actually plain. And what struck me the most for the both of them was, even though with no fillings, they're actually very tasty. Oh, I can't, rave enough about the sweet potato one. When I bite, the sweet potato taste just engulfs my mouth. And it's not just like a little, but it's a lot. It really felt like I'm eating sweet potato. Yeah, just brilliant. Needless to say, the chocolate is pretty impressive as well. I mean, inside is actually dark chocolate, and yeah, it was really impactful. The filling really took over the entire, Okinawa donut. Overall, the 4 of them, the 4 donuts, yeah, pretty delicious overall.
Okinawa, with their rich culture and heritage, there are bound to be many food that are considered soul food status. And so far, we have shown a couple of those. There is actually one other soul food in Okinawa we have yet to review that could be considered the boss. The king of them all. What? And that is the Okinawa soba. What is so special about Okinawa soba that it could command such a legendary status? And why is it so popular? Now there, before we get ahead of ourselves, we have specially filmed a video for it. The Okinawa soba may look very ordinary, but it is no slouch, I'm telling you. I will show you why Okinawa soba is considered the king of all soul food in Okinawa. Do stay tuned for that. For our final must-go-to place, let's head over to Cape Manzamo. Located in Onna village of Kunigami district, Cape Manzamo has, in my opinion, the most beautiful sunset in the whole of Okinawa. This cape is actually made of uplifted coral reefs, with a natural glass plateau on top of it. The name of this place, Manzamo, is actually given by then king of the Ryukyu kingdom, King Shoke. He praised Manzamo as a place where 10,000 people can sit. Mo is an Okinawa word meaning grassland or field, and refers to the flat land on top of the cliff. Hence, the name of this place. Being on top here, you get to enjoy the spacious, serene environment with a wonderful aroma of fresh air and mellow rhythmic sounds of the sea. What more can you ask for? Besides the impending sunset we so eagerly await to see, you would also be able to see the best photo spot at Cape Manzamo, and that is the natural formation of the cliff, shaped through erosion, looking like an elephant's trunk. And now for the main show. This is the most beautiful sunset in the whole of Okinawa. Look at that! What an unbelievable view! Truly astounding! You know, as I was experiencing this, it dawned on me that Japan really has a lot more to offer than the usual cities, like Tokyo, Osaka, so on and so forth. And some of those places you get to visit in the lesser known and visited prefectures and cities are just too overwhelmingly positive that you simply cannot find, and not even a close comparison, in the more touristy places of Japan. I'm completely in awe with what I've just witnessed here at Cape Manzamo.
For the last recommendation on our list, let's end with a banger. Earlier, we began this journey with seafood. Now, let's end with seafood as well. And I mentioned also that Okinawa is actually one of Japan's top tuna producing areas. However, there is one other seafood where Okinawa is number one. Okinawa's most well-known seafood of all, kuruma ebi, otherwise known as the tiger prawns. Among the many different types of prawns and ebi you regularly see in Japanese cuisine, from regular shrimps to the ama ebi pink shrimps on your sushi and sashimi plate, there is one prawn in Japan to rule them all, and that is the kuruma ebi, the tiger prawn. And Okinawa is the number one producer of farmed tiger prawns in all of Japan. Now, the history of tiger prawn in Okinawa is an interesting one, because initially, Okinawa and its surrounding areas does not have shrimps living around their waters. But experts actually found that, especially during winter time, given the subtropical climate of Okinawa, the water temperature essentially does not change too much, hence making Okinawa an ideal place to farm prawns. After much R&D and its deep ocean water technique, Okinawa's tiger prawn kingdom has arrived. These days, tiger prawns are actually eaten during celebratory occasions. Its long whiskers actually signifies as a lucky charm. And the prawns curve back, and especially when cooked, turning from white to red, actually symbolizes longevity. Oh my goodness, have a look at this. This is the monster tiger prawn. Oh, look at this, how huge this thing is. Oh my goodness, I can barely hold it in my hands. Oh, as you can see on the screen right now, the various comparison, this thing is at least over 15 cm long, right? And it's not just the length, but also the size of it, you know, is just huge, awesome. I mean, look at the menu, there are various categories such as Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, so and so forth. Just awesome. Okay, I'm gonna eat this right now. Let me take the head out. Ooh, oh my goodness, look at this. You won't believe how thick this is. Itadakimasu. Ooh, I've been prawned. Just fabulous. Ooh, so sweet. Fried to perfection, and the prawn sweetness is not sacrificed at all. Just brilliant, just brilliant. I have a question. Do you guys eat the tail? Because I do. It is just as delicious. You know, when it's fried so well, so crispy, the tail becomes so easy to eat. Come, have a look at this. My prawn only tempura bowl. Look at that. Ooh. Just awesome, isn't it? Woo-hoo. I actually chose the extra large prawn for the prawn only tempura bowl. I repeat, this is prawn only tempura bowl. There is no other tempuras like vegetables whatsoever, just only prawn. I want the full course, you know, just prawn only. Just been prawnified, so and so forth. The tempura is really delicious, guys. Ooh, the batter is made to perfection. In no way, taste overbearing, hinders the flavor of the prawn. No such thing here. The prawn sweetness, just overpowers the entire thing. Fabulous. Did you know that you can eat every part of the prawn? So when the prawn is actually being fried so well like this, you can even eat the head as a whole.
Currently, around 80% of all shrimps consumed in Japan are actually imported from Asian countries. So where do all these domestic tiger prawns from Okinawa come into the picture? As mentioned, Okinawa is actually the #1 place for tiger prawns. And I also mentioned earlier that tiger prawn is the one prawn in Japan to rule them all. So that gives us a clue, and that is they're actually served as luxury food item at high-end restaurants and specialty shops. And when you see them such as these from Kuruma Ebi Kitchen, Tamaya, the tempuras, the sushis and others, you already know they're on a different level as compared to the regular ones. Just look at that entire thing. Beautiful. This just look oomph and boss looking all over it, man. What a king. What a king. What a king. Fabulous.